Hey everybody, welcome to Let Your Art Out. Today we're going to be doing a video on how to build your stash of index cards and journal cards and ATC cards. Gesso them, have them ready, all within 30 minutes. And that's real time. So this video is only 8 minutes. I cut it down. But yeah, so I'm breaking this down into steps. Step one is to dissect the box. So you have the box already flattened and you're just going to basically remove all the flaps, separate it all out. And in this video, I describe the steps under the step box, but then I also include step-by-step video of me performing that step. And then you just saw I gave you a time frame, 1 minute and 30 seconds, I believe it was, where you can actually go to the next step box to read the steps if you don't want to watch. Now, just keep in mind, if you have any questions on the step in the step box, you know, how the steps that I type in, just go back to, the video footage before that and you can see me actually performing those steps. So if you have a question on what I mean by something, or you want to check if it looks right, yeah, just refer to the footage ahead of that. And of course, if you have questions or anything like that, you can always put them in the comments as well. So I'm breaking down the box here. It's fairly straightforward. And yeah, the number F, there's a piece that's it's skinnier than 2.5 inches. You're going to pitch that because you can't really do anything with it unless you want to do inches or something like that. So now you're going to grab your two C and Ds. We're going to be making the index cards. You're going to get two of those. And again, if you don't want to watch and you just want to pause on that step box, boy, I think it said 215 was where you can go forward. So basically you cut this middle piece in half, and you're going to put the straight edge where you cut it up and then start cutting the rest. So on all of these different steps and the different cuts that I show you, there's always going to be a straight edge that you're going to want to start with to make sure that you're, yeah, there's a word for it, but it slips me. I don't know why in videos I always forget words. And then when I'm watching them back, go, duh, Pam, that's what the word was. But anyhow, so you get it's square. Basically, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. So in the videos, you will see me actually, indicate by rubbing the edge where that straight edge is. So now we're doing the journal pages. You're going to get 8 journal pages, and those are 5x7 cards. And these are basically what I use. All of these are basically what I use as a substrate for all my ATCs, for all my journal cards, for all my index cards. I recycle like crazy. It gives me great satisfaction. I don't know why, but it does. So anyhow, I hope when I listen back to this, the background noise isn't going to be too distractive. It is beautiful outside, and I thought I'd do this voiceover outside today. All right, so you get your 8 journal cards, and now we're going to be doing the, there's going to be 12 total, but the G's and H's are the same, basic steps. So you're going to get 8 ATCs, and then in the next step, we're going to do the E section. And stay tuned to the end, or actually you'll see step 7, I think it is where I show you how to actually gesso these and all in bulk using that jelly plate technique. I have a video on this separate as well, but I thought I would include it all together as a one process, build your stash as well. Yeah, so why did I do this? So I posted this in Facebook, and a lot of I guess a lot of folks don't think about recycling their packaging, and actually it's taken me, I would probably say, about 4 or 5 boxes to figure out how to get the most out of my box, right? By doing the cuts in a certain way, in a certain turning in a certain way, in a certain order, etc. So I thought I would definitely share that with my Facebook group. And then I thought, well, heck, I have a YouTube channel now, so I'll share that with the world as well. It's not rocket science, but it definitely saves you time of figuring that out, which is what I'm all about on this channel, is sharing my knowledge, and hopefully it inspires somebody to try it and or do it, or quite honestly, if somebody sees a different way to do it better, or they do it better, heck yes, comment, because I would love to hear it. So now we're into the gesso'ing part. And again, there is a video out there that shows you how to do this. So I found, definitely this saves time, number one. Number two, you save product too. I use a lot less gesso. So you're going to basically line all these ATCs up, and you're going to want to be a little generous with the gesso. I mean, it depends. If you want only a little, thin layer of gesso, then don't put so much on. But yeah, it's just how much gesso you'll see. And if you don't get enough gesso the first time, just put some more gesso down and put them back down on the plate until you get what you do want. That's fairly easy. Adding the 4x6s in here. So far we've done 8, 11? I don't know, I can't count. The sun's reflected on my screen because I'm outside. And now we're doing the journal cards. So I absolutely love this technique. I do a lot of journal cards. Not only do we do a journal card and an index card every weekend or every week in our Facebook group and they give us prompts, but we do tags throughout the day. We do tag swaps at the beginning of the month, and I also like to have personal trades I have that I do, monthly ones, and I create books, little binders that you'll see in my other videos if you watch them, that I double-sided tape and glue into this little binder. And so I have a binder for each person. It's fun. I like to look at them. I especially like to look at them for inspiration. What did I, looking through it, you don't know what you want to do. Typically speaking, if you're like me, if I learn a new technique, I will use it in that next journal card, right? So in a lot of cases, when I look through my journal book, it's also a book of different techniques that I've learned and, may have forgotten. So I highly recommend, doing trades like this. And if you want to trade with me, I would love to, because I love doing journal pages. If you would like to, set up a swap, private message me or comment below. I would glad to have a conversation with you and figure out the details. Yeah? Plate. And you don't have to do this. This is completely optional. But what I find happens when you use the gesso is it creates more bits. And if you're doing detailed jelly printing, you might not want all that texture in there. So it's entirely up to you. I like to clean it. So what I do also is, if I can't get it all off, then I use gel medium, and the fluid medium works a lot better than the solid medium or the gel. So just keep that in mind. But it's amazing to me how much, thinking it was kind of clean, how much paint just comes off. Look at that, that was on there from before. All right, that's my video. So I hope that you found this useful. And if you want to see more videos like this when I upload them, please don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Have a great night or day, whichever it might be. Thank you again. Bye.